Say what?
Bazam.
Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Squirrel, man. Like I say all the time, when you just see me, it's exclusive. And tonight, I got the OG in the building, and hey, we finna get down to the nitty gritty. Everybody done heard the stories and all that, man, but we ain't gonna get into them, but we gonna talk about them stories tonight, you know what I'm saying? But man, I'm finna put the camera on, man. Pop your shit, man.
What's up, man? What's up? What y'all doing? What Jacktown doing, man? Y'all know where I am. I'm Albert Donelson, Albert Batman Donelson, as the late mayor would say. Frank Milton would say when he was chasing me, Albert Batman Donelson. But it's on some real. I'm on some real positive things. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind by talking about my life experience and what I done went through. Maybe to help the next person not make those same mistakes, cause they was mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Before you realize how you gonna grow, in order to grow, you got to realize you made mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody walking around being perfect. And before you could do that, you got to be man up and take accountability.
Yeah. Already, man. So, but like, we're gonna get straight into it, man. He already coming out with the message and shit. Boy.
Yeah.
Hey, this gonna be a good one. But check this out, man. We're gonna kick it out, man. Like, the Batman name, man. I know Frank gave you the Batman name?
No.
All right, so where the Batman name come
The
from?
Batman name came from playing football. I played football when I was young.
Yeah.
So I played football. I was slim. I wasn't fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That all came with age.
Yeah.
So I played football. I was a running back, the shortest running back, but I was the fastest running back, and I was good at it. But that's where the name came from, and it just carried on.
It just carried on.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Cause man, that name legendary.
Yeah.
That's a legendary name.
They tell me that. You know what I'm saying? They tell me that.
So man, check this out, man. Like, how did you get involved in the streets?
Well, you know, my case is typical. It's the typical case of any black young boy back in that days. Most time you get in the streets is because you don't have certain things. My mom was fortunate to have. We was on welfare. We was sharing cans of pork and beans, eating bologna sandwiches, splitting, making sugar sandwiches, making Kool-Aid. We ain't got no Kool-Aid, it's just sugar water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we was that family. We was the one that didn't have the shoes, walking around with busted pants on, hand-me-downs, and all that type of stuff. So after I seen that I could make a way that way, I just took that way.
You just took that. You weren't scared or nothing. It's like, if it's up, it's up. Whatever come behind it, you just deal with it.
Right. Okay. In the matter sense of that, right, you don't get to thinking like that when you out strictly trying to get the money.
Yeah.
The violent stuff come with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a situation that surround violence. Because like when you start hustling in the street, you got to watch out for the robbers. You got to watch out for the police. You got to watch out for the dirty cops. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch out for the cops that just got a grudge for you.
Yeah.
Just because they don't like you doing something that they dream of doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All police don't dream of being police. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They dream other dreams too.
Yeah.
But some things people don't like about people. You know what I'm saying? Just personal stuff that go on.
Yeah.
I'd have been set up. You know, I'd have been police and put guns on me. I done went to jail, did time, come out. You know, I ain't never went and told on nobody. When I turned around and changed my life, I walked away like MJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't never no rat, and I ain't get punked out and kicked them out. Can I cuss?
Yeah, you man, do your thing, man.
kicked in my ass and treated like a bitch. I ain't never been did that way. You know what I'm saying? So when I say something, I'm still certified about what I say because I stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Regardless of who I was back then, you got to re-meet me now.
Yeah.
You got to know who you dealing with now.
Yeah, I like how you
know what I'm saying?
You done grew, they got to re-meet you. You
got to re-meet me.
I ain't going to say you ain't the old person you was, but you know what I'm saying? It's a new you now.
That's right.
I like that.
And you know one thing about that, people say they change, right? And you do change. But certain things don't change. Being a man don't change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ain't going to change.
So you step on my fucking toes, don't be like, out, motherfucker, you did something you ain't supposed to did. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, you stand on business.
Right.
Regardless of man or change, nothing. You stand on business.
Regardless. That's right.
So check this out, man. we all know you from Wood Street. Like
Right.
growing up on Wood Street, it's a lot of hoods in Jackson.
Right.
And Wood Street was one of them hoods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about one of them hoods.
Right.
Growing up on Wood Street, how life was growing up on Wood Street.
Well, life growing on Wood Street, you got a chance to see everything. You got a chance to see the dope dealers, the prostitutes, the homosexuals selling themselves.
Yeah.
You got a chance to see all that. You got a chance to see killing. Our first killing when I was 12, 13 years old on Wood Street.
Hold on, before you get go far, did that mess with you like when you was young and you first seen the killing? Did it mess with you?
Well, when it's the norm, like now, you go in the neighborhood right now, you hear gunshots everywhere.
Yeah.
But once you start living in there, you sleep through them now.
And I tell people out when like people outside of Jackson, when people die in Jackson, we be like, it's normal now. And they think it's crazy. They think we crazy when we say it's normal now.
Right.
It really is normal. When we hear gunshots, we don't run no more.
Right.
Like shit in
That's
Jackson.
right.
When we hear gunshots, we don't run no more. It's normal now.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And people think people outside of Jackson think we crazy. It's not normal, but it's normal to us because we've been around it for so long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then just growing up in the culture I grew up in.
Yeah.
I grew up in robbery, trying to beat you out of your pack or doing all kind of stuff. I could tell you stories, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was the life. That's what it was. That's how people was. And you had to, either you gonna get in or you gonna get out. You ain't no fitting in.
Ain't no fitting
You
in.
gonna have to get in there. You know what I'm saying? No, it don't just fall in. It's either in you, it ain't never gonna be on you.
Yeah.
It's gotta be in you.
What is one point in your life back then before like when you first started, was it a point in your life like, man, I don't think I want to do this?
Well, be honest with you now. When I first, this gonna be funny to you.
Yeah.
Now, when I first, I was about 13 or 14 years old, and I used to walk around with say no to drug shirts on.
Yeah.
And I used to look at drug dealers like they were the worst thing in the world.
For
Swear to
real?
God. Swear to God. And you never know what you face when you started thinking sometime. You know what I'm saying? It was a situation that happened. You know, in my family, with my family. I'm just gonna be blank about it.
Yeah.
My brother was a dope fiend. So he tricked my mother to give him the rent money, like he was gonna go double the money up and come back and pay the rent.
Yeah.
So mother felt like, he gonna do the right thing.
Yeah.
I was young. I came back, my brother had smoked the money up. He was standing on the porch arguing with my mama.
Damn.
I was coming out of high school. I was going to Wingfield.
Yeah.
We started slugging it out right there on the porch. You know what I'm saying? And I was younger than him. I was 4 or 5 years younger than him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When he was 19, I was 15. You see what I'm saying? So we started slugging it out right there. Then the whole house was out there jumping on him. Sisters, brothers, everybody was out there doing this. You know what I'm saying? We're putting it on his ass, letting him know you fucked up. But to see my mama cry.
Oh, man.
To see my mama cry. To go in there and go in there and look in the refrigerator, and we ain't got what we supposed to have in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just enough. It was just like, okay, either I'm gonna make a way or it ain't gonna be no way.
Yeah.
And kids think that way. I was a kid thinking like that. So when I left the house with about $40, $50. I see my mama cry. She talked about the lights, the gas, everything finna be cut out. Bills we finna be put out. To be a child and see that and know what's going on, just to embrace that and know that you actually finna be put out on the street with you saw other people with their furniture out on the street.
Outside, yeah.
And they sitting out there on their front waiting on somebody to come help them get it and put it on the truck, and they got to find somewhere.
Yeah.
To know that we was at risk like that, it was like a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? I went on the corner. As a matter of fact, I didn't have $50. I had $30. I went on the corner, asked for a double up. They laughed me off the corner.
Why they laugh y'all to come?
Cause they was like, double up people buying the smoke.
Yeah.
So I'm the first really asking for double my money up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to the head drug dealer on the block. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got $30, man, double my. Look at what Bad got, man. He tried to get a double up for $30, y'all. You know, everybody laugh. You know what I'm saying? But he gave me a couple of rocks. I took that. I flipped till I got to a quarter ounce. Flip till I got to the half. And on to an ounce. You know what I'm saying? And on to birds and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if you really trying to do it, you can do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to be willing to take the risk. Consequences of motherfucker when you get caught up now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. So we finna slide on into it. So
Right.
you done got to the big stuff now, the pounds, all that, you know what I'm saying, the
Right.
quarters and all that.
Right.
Now you becoming a man.
Right.
When you knew you was the man though.
Well, before everybody just knew who I was, I had to make my mark to where I was on Wood Street.
Yeah.
So we frequently, we'll leave Jackson, go to Chicago, St. Louis.
yeah.
We lived there some years, lived in Chicago some years. So Chicago was like my second home. I'd be up and down. I might get in trouble here and there, send me back to Chicago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With my family, up to my aunties and stuff. So when I really knew I was the man, I can remember one of my partners telling me, he said, man, if you sitting up in this hood and you got $100,000 and you ain't out, don't nobody in Jackson know who you is, you ain't doing that. I looked at it.
What you do?
I was like, you know what, he right. I don't go to no clubs. I don't mess with nobody. I just stay around and do my hustling.
Yeah.
So I think that's when I came out, started coming out and going to clubs. People started knowing who I was.
Yeah.
They heard whisper of who Batman on Wood Street, but they never really saw me.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to come out in clubs now. I'm starting to be around a lot of people. Started to generate a lot of other resources that I wanted to get connected to.
Yeah.
So it was better when I came out and started dealing because that 100 turned to 200. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people wanted me, who was this guy making all this money over here?
Yeah.
Right? So when I got connected with Maurice Forte, he rests in peace.
Yeah.
He's from Wood Street. And you know, most people on Wood Street is vice lords.
Yeah.
But he was a gangster. He was there's one or two gangsters that's born over there.
Yeah, born
He
over
was
there.
one that
Yeah.
was born over there. So he was on America Most Wanted. He had went to Chicago. And it's a true story now.
Yeah.
He went to Chicago and came back. We was riding around and he was doing powder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was looking at him, standing looking at him while we ride. I see he got a lot on his mind, you know what I'm saying? But he telling me he need help get rid of this work. And I'm like, shit, who best but me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we both from the same neighborhood, so what's up? So we hooked up. Once we hooked up, it was a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, he was looking for 3 murders up in Chicago. They was looking for him.
Yeah.
But when we were sitting there and he actually said it to me, I don't think it dawned on me right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like, man, you hear so many dope popping ass niggas.
Yeah.
You know, be honest with you, you hear so many dope popping ass people. So you be like, oh man, he tripping. He hitting that motherfucking shit. He on something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to actually see him get arrested by the FBI and they shut the highway 55, highway 80 down on one side and one side. To actually see him, and then before he got caught,
Yeah.
this is a true story, this right here. We was riding in the car, he was hitting it. He was, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
sitting over here, you want something? Nah, I know you don't mess with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Batman, this, and that, we going over old stuff, this and that. And we see a roadblock. We can't turn around because cars behind us. So I said, well, look, I'm going to go and get out the car. Just give me what you got. And I'm going to start walking. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, you can go and get out the car, man. But I got this here, what he had in his hand. That man hit that.
Ooh,
Went straight through went straight through the what's the name. I hear pow, 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 pow. So I'm on my way to the house, and they ain't no but like 5 streets from my house.
Yeah.
So I make it to the house. I go in there. My mama come out the door. So I'm coming through the door. She say, you know, Maurice, he's on America Most Wanted. I said, huh? You know, all this is coming at one time. I'm like, you sure, mom? You know, I know y'all this boy been a baby over here. I know what the. So by the time she telling me this, boom, 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 boom. I turn around. I said, who is it? He said, Mario, open the door. So I opened the door. Mind you, we just got out the car with each other, 5 blocks away. He just went through a roadblock and had to shoot at.
Yeah.
Right. And I know he did. So he come in there, he sitting down. My mom like, Maurice, you on America. You know, black people don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They finna come right in the front room and say it. She came right there, Maurice, you know you on America Most Wanted. I said, I looked at my mom and said, wrong time. we trying to do something else.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all finna do, y'all better get your ass out of my house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we left, got the car and left. He was telling me about what happened. But that was the type of people I was around. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't going. So if I was going to be able to mix with them, I had to be.
You had to be just like that.
Or even worse.
Yeah, even worse.
That's right.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like them OG. They got them stories.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Them true stories. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
true stories, right.
So check this out. Like you said, you found out, man, you had to pop out and you find these resources now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like now you moving around Mississippi. Now you know what I'm saying? How it was when you came out of Wood Street and you moving around. Like who you running to? If you don't want to say their
Right.
names, cool. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like where you were going?
I was everywhere. I was all over Jackson. Any one of the club I want to go in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And anybody that was in that area gonna say that. It wasn't a club, they gonna go in. Them Wood Street boys coming. They gonna be where they gonna party, they gonna do their thing, and we gonna crack your motherfucking head. Just be honest with you, we was that type people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We wasn't the one to start this shit, but we gonna finish this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think a lot of people did not understand from looking at us from a distance. A lot of people felt like we was the ones always started because they heard the name so much. They never really took the time to really sit down and be like, what started this? How did he get this for? You know what I'm saying? And if they did, then they would be like, okay, I see why these guys acting like that with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So check this out. You said sit down.
Mhm.
Like back then, could y'all sit down and squash stuff? Was y'all sitting down squashing stuff back then? Or it's like now, like ain't no squashing. You know what I'm saying? Like how did y'all settle problems back then?
Back then we had to sit down. You know what I'm saying? When you have a code of conduct that's in the streets, and we had that in the 90s.
Yeah.
We had that where people structure where if you came to this from this neighborhood to that neighborhood, we want to know why you over in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And see, that's the difference between then and now.
Yeah.
It's people floating in each other's neighborhood. Don't nobody ask now question back.
Question, yep.
First of all, they're scared because they let them come over there with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
See, back then, you couldn't come to another person. You couldn't come to another nigga neighborhood with no gun to see them. If they call, if you call and say, hey, bet I want to holler at you, I'm be like, yeah, you got it, come on. But if you show up with a gun, your intent changed to me. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
If you
really want to talk, you right.
That's right. If you respect what I got going on and you respect my word, you want to come talk to me, then if I say nothing gonna happen to you, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's stories like that. It's stories people can tell you that they had with me. You know, like that really actually I came over there after with some stuff that happened. But we can sit down and talk about it. You always can sit down and talk about it. You always can sit down and talk about it. But you gotta want to though.
Yeah.
Most people that try to act like they want to talk, they be snakes. Then they want to play in front of somebody that ain't no snake. And then the trouble right there is going to escalate anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, because when you see a mongoose attack a snake, do he let the snake go?
Nah.
He going to stay there till he take it down.
Until he take it down.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? And that's life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And being in that situation, and a lot of people did be want to challenge the top person. Our names was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we were doing a lot. And we were spending $5,000, $10,000 like it wasn't nothing.
Whew.
You know, we go to the club and buy the bar. You know, and every woman in there can be with their man. They'll want to leave with us. That's the truth.
And
you know what I'm saying?
That start stuff like that too. Then
women and money gonna start it all.
Women and money gonna start a whole bunch of messing.
They gonna spark the fight. They gonna be the steel to the dynamite now.
Yeah.
But once it gets started, don't nobody care about the money. And
the woman
they start caring about their life.
Yeah.
Because now they got too far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like now, the stuff that go on now, a lot of these kids that getting stuff and people that getting stuff, it is stemming from high school.
Yeah.
I done talked to a lot of young men. And it's a shame that you could tell me you mad with somebody from high school. We would never be like that. Whatever happened when I was a child, that happened when I was a child.
Y'all grown now.
We grown now.
Yeah.
If I'm still gonna be mad with you, cause I couldn't whoop your ass when we was in high school, you know worse than the police that want to go get police so he could
push you in jail. You right.
You know better. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to learn.
Yeah.
You know, like I tried to run my son. You know, he just passed.
Yeah.
About 2-3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And I tried to sit down, about a month, March the 5th. And I tried to stall him, my son that passed, right?
Yeah.
I tried to tell him, come on, son, sit down, let me show you how to fight. It wasn't there to teach him how to fight, it's building a bond with him to get him to understand me. Yeah. I was trying to find avenues and roads that I can bond with him and talk with him. You know what I'm saying? Like when I speak with my other boys, we got certain ways we sit down and have conversations with each other differently. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the only one get a chance to see that. They don't get a chance to see that because they not in each other conversation.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just a bad situation, man.
Damn, bro.
That's bad.
That's bad.
You know, I had to, you know, if it weren't for my kids, they're coming around me. I'm talking, they just went on and started plugging into me to juice me up to get me back right. You know what I'm saying? Cause like it took a lot out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Squirrel, that took a lot out of me. For me to sit here, work, I work at the city hall now.
Yeah.
And I'm on the phone and hear that my son got killed. And when you think about your life, think about all the stuff you've been in.
Yeah.
You sit down sometimes, you will say, okay, is this a product of what I did?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm quick to be one to take responsibility for what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people not. A lot of people want to play the victim and point the finger, blame game and all that.
Yeah.
You can't blame a person when you get in the game. When you strike back, you in the game. You can't strike back and holler, oh, no, you in the game. Regardless of what you think, you in the game. We had this conversation. I asked my son, what do you think when somebody give you some somebody you in the game and somebody front you something and you don't pay them back. I said that constitutes as taking. He asked the question. It was a fair question. What constitutes taking? If somebody gave it to me.
Damn.
And I said, nah, I gotta give you the street code. You sat down at the table, you shook hands with a man. You said what you were gonna do, you agreed, he delivered, so you deliver.
Yeah.
If you don't deliver, you took it.
You took it.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that you didn't take it forcefully, you took it with a grin. That's what the salt come in there.
That's even worse.
You get it?
That's even worse.
You get it?
That's even worse.
Yep. You see what I'm saying? So people gotta know that. People don't, you borrow some money, you don't want to pay back. Why you don't want to pay somebody back you got their money from? Pay that man. You got something from him, give it back to him. That be most of the problem.
That's a lot of problem right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Not paying nobody, but that's a big problem in Jackson right now.
And see, these kids now, and some of these old motherfuckers, let's talk about their ass too. Some of these old motherfuckers juicing these kids up.
Yeah.
They stand in the background, couldn't be the person they was in the 90s.
So they trying
they using this dude kids now. And guarantee, just like you see situations. I've been firm on my show. My show is a Chance and a Choice.
Yeah.
And I want to have you on there though too.
All right, man. It's cool. It's cool.
All right. So doing the show, I've seen a lot of stuff now. I've seen so many kids get killed. I've seen trafficking. I'm talking actually see videos of stuff that happened.
Yeah.
And this is going on now. We weren't with that then.
Nah.
There wasn't no lot of kidnapped kids, this and that.
Yeah.
You know, kids can make it. Yeah. You know, now kids can't make it. You can't. And to be perfectly honest, you got to watch these little motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Because if you're not watching that, they'll do some shit they ain't got no business because they don't know the longevity of what they doing. They don't know. They think it's all fun and games at that point. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of kids that went to prison right now, they ain't getting out. They know it now that it's not fun and game. But what it is, it's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late. I know I was in that situation a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it took me a few times to realize because my mind wasn't made up. You know, my mind was always, when I get back to the street, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back over here. I got this already still pumping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got this going on.
Yeah.
You know, I come back to the streets, been gone a year, so I come back to the street, I got $250,000. Who gonna tell me something?
Can't nobody tell you nothing.
It was like I never left.
Not like you never left.
Right. And my name was still pumping. People still talking about me. I'm in prison somewhere doing time. You know, I go do 7 years, come back out, it was still pumping.
It's still pumping. I ain't gonna even cap you down.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't even cap you down.
I just did a fresh 10 and got out 2019.
And you still pumping.
Still pumping.
I ain't gonna even cap you down.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell a person this, man, the people I had with me, the people I had, I really love those brothers. Those brothers, even the ones that did turn on me in the end. Yeah. While they was with me, they was with me. You know what I'm saying? And if it weren't for those, I would have been dead. I would have been dead. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like that. It wasn't like I was the baddest motherfucker walking.
Yeah, you ain't bulletproof, basically.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And people say, "Oh, why this? We'll shoot this, and that." Man, they were shooting just as hard we were shooting. I'm just gonna keep it real,
bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I done heard a bunch of stories, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, bro, we couldn't come outside. It was that bad, bro. We couldn't come outside, bro. Like real talk.
I understand. Believe me, I
Our mama
understand.
them, you might know my daddy and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you my dad. I just story.
Okay,
You gonna know him. You gonna know my brothers, everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But if times we couldn't come outside because your name in Wood Street.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
I
I'm saying?
understood it. Then sometimes it was propaganda. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff people talked about was made up. You know, a lot of people say Batman did this, Batman did. I had to sit down and tell them, no, that didn't really happen.
Yeah.
And then they be like, oh, but I really thought this. Because so many people gaslight shit.
Gaslight, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They make shit bigger than what it really be
Mm-hmm.
and be doing shit right behind that shit. Same people be talking, be motherfuckers doing shit.
Right behind it.
Aim at this motherfucker, say what you want to say.
Say what you want to say.
Look, you see little Woody, don't it?
Yeah.
Woody say
the same thing.
He got it there. Y'all want, what's his name? Young, what's his name? Thugger.
Yeah.
Y'all want Thugger, don't it? Okay, yeah, whatever y'all need me to say. Then in the end, he get it out. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. All this crazy stuff. But that's how life is right now.
Yeah.
For the juveniles right now, you have people like that they have to be able to look up to understand what's going on. And that's crazy.
It's crazy.
You got your own people right here in Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Striving every day to try to save one of these young cats' life. You know what I'm saying? Trying to show them it's a difference.
Yeah.
It's a different way about going everything. I can't look down on you for being a drug dealer. I was one.
Yeah.
I was striving to be the best one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I understand it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I understand it, you know. But if you had what if you had another option? What if you had another option? That you can make damn near the same much money that you doing in the streets. Because right now, there's a lot of motherfuckers ain't making the money they talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of these chains they got fake as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They come in the club looking like the goddamn rappers on TV.
Yeah.
I be like, I know that nigga ain't got that money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga just sit on that looking.
You done touched it and been through it, so you know.
That's right. Did this nigga go out here and get a rental car? What the fuck? You looking like you got $250,000 worth of jewelry on.
Yeah.
You should be out there in the Bentley with those flapping to the roof while y'all do it.
Yeah.
But not to say that and some people got money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of young people got money.
Yeah.
I don't think they know what to do with it. But I'm gonna take that back. A lot of young people entrepreneurs.
Yeah, for sure.
I done watched them.
Yeah, I done seen a lot too.
And I say, if I would have did that, you know what I'm saying?
Like just imagine you would invest in her.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Imagine you would have invested in houses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm too busy out in the street just collecting money.
Collecting money and party.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the wrong thing. I should have been buying all kind of real estate property.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been into this with that money, but I did form a record company.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you did.
I did that. I had numerous of groups under the record company. The company was doing it did what it's supposed to do. I got a record deal under the record company. To come back to Jackson, it was like fucked up. Cause like when I was sitting at the table with all these white guys and we saying what we need and get this, get that, they wasn't telling me nah. And I was sitting there, I was like, one phone call. Say, hey man, we out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that look like damn. I'm way in Seattle. Sitting at the table with people trying to ink me a deal for my record, deal, you know what I'm saying, my company. And I got it halfway inked. They say, we got to wait a couple more days. We going to party this weekend, but Monday we'll have everything ready. I go and sit down. And I said, well, I could take a flight back, go there, put everything together, and come back.
On back.
That was a flight I never made back. You know what I'm saying? And I say this to people that do try to do that. When you have a career and you get a chance at it,
take it.
Take that motherfucking chance. Don't look back. Because if I would have did that, ain't no telling where I'd be
right now.
Because I was out there with Banner, Boo, all of them. I was out before Boo. I was out before Queen Boys. I was out before 601 Players.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Whoopsie Player was out.
Yeah.
We came out right behind Wildlife Society.
Oh, yeah.
We was like that bridge bringing them to the younger folks
yeah.
then. You know what I'm saying? So like when you start seeing other people come in the rap game and they was flawless.
Yeah.
You know, Boo he was nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Benz, he was nice.
Yeah, Benz
He
was
was
nice.
nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kamikaze, they was nice.
Yeah, them boys
Mallow,
nice.
they was nice. To be able to be in that situation with them, you had to know you were nice too.
Nice
you know
too,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it was good. We were still out there selling dope. I ain't gonna even lie. And that was one of the things the nigga would try to change.
That was your job, bro. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You couldn't just drop your job like
Nope,
that.
you couldn't. But at the same time, what I was thinking was, if I could make it in the rap game, then I can clean myself up that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But before I can do that, Frank Milton come from nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let's get to Frank, man. So how Frank get on your radar though? Hold on, before you say that, a lot of I'm what I heard. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought you were working for Frank.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought Frank was supplying you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they said you cut Frank out. You didn't want to work for Frank no more.
Yeah.
You did your own thing. That's why Frank started messing with you. You know what I'm saying? What's the story behind it?
Girl, I gotta tell you, man, that's the movie shit. You know what I'm saying? Listen, but no, for real, man, I never knew Frank. I never knew him not one day. And I prayed that man would never call my name, because everybody he was calling, he was sinking their ass. He was putting people on Billboard. They was getting 80 years. This is what this man was doing.
Yeah, I remember
He
that.
was walking, riding around on the motherfucking the crime lab bus. He got all young niggas in that motherfucker. He got them in there, sitting in there with him. They drinking and everything. Now, I don't know who want a man like that. And then see, on top of that, I think when I got on Frank's radar, I think he got obsessed with me, right? And it's not like I never seen that before. I've seen it all through my time being in training schools with people, you know what I'm saying? So when they heard that Batman shit, they was on it. And it'd be like I ain't got nothing. It takes a whole new life of his own, you know, and that's what it was with Frank. Frank, he was after all the drug dealers, like they say he was, but he also helped a lot of drug dealers. See, they don't say that part.
Yeah.
They don't say most of the people that he adopted claimed he adopted whatever, they was drug dealers. They don't say that. So Frank would want his drug dealers to win other than you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where me and Frank had a problem, because you ain't got shit gonna beat me. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because I ain't hanging around you. You a pedophile. You a pedophile. You was a pedophile then. You a pedophile in your grave right now. Everybody know you was a pedophile.
Yeah, everybody did know he liked them little boys.
Like them
now,
little boys.
They
He
they
never
said,
had no girls around him. None of that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that deal with him that was supposed to be his adopted child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about dudes that were my age. You know what I'm saying? On up until he died. He had dudes that was living with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the guys that testified against me. That's how we end up getting them off the case, off the murder charge we was on. He went so far as to start as the news executive to put me on the bottom line. Go from the bottom line. Go be head of NBN. This motherfucker did right here now. And the people don't understand, when you get a reputation,
it's gonna follow you.
That shit, it follows you.
Yeah.
And you don't know who might grab hold to it. Frank grabbed hold to my reputation. And he wanted to see the end of me. He wanted to see the end of everything that he thought, you know, it was a different way. And it was because we was already against the people that he was working with.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So he was using another method to take me down. He was using law to do it.
The law.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was playing that game. But also he was a rotten motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's honesty. I'm going to be honest about that.
Yeah.
Because any man that allowing you to get you murder charges, all this, he promised me, and on the bottom line, that I got 60 months for a gun charge. I'll never forget it. Frank Milton got on the bottom line and said, how did y'all let Albert Donelson get away? Albert Donelson ain't supposed to get away. He had 8, 9 murder charges. That's what they said. That's what he did on bottom line. 6 months later, That man was over the NBN. Didn't have no law enforcement agency. He didn't have no law enforcement
Training, none of that.
training, experience. He didn't have none of this. How you get the fuck? How do you get this job if you never have this?
Yeah.
But we all know how it go. Money run it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Money run it. He got the job. He charged me with the murder charges. He charged me with them. Same person that said it turned around and charged me
Charge you with it.
He had got a little guy from over there on Wood Street. He was a youngster. He didn't know what was going on. I got a tape of this. You know what I'm saying? I've been saving this tape because I might want to put it in the video.
In a video or something,
Just to show people, look, this is what this man did to this child right here. This child was no more than 15, 16 years old. But he got caught doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Got caught 8, 9 ounces of crack. So he go to him and tell him, Frank go to the child and tell him what you know about the Wood Street players. He really don't understand what he talking about. He like, I know all of them. We from down there. I got a tape of it when the man sit the chair in front of the boy, got his head to the back, sit in front of him, and start asking questions. What I got you for? He said, you got me for 8 ounces of crack. He said, okay, yeah, that ain't what we want to talk about. We want to talk about Batman now. He like, you can see his eyes. He was trying to figure out what the fuck he talking about.
Like, what going on?
Right. So he was like, the murders Bat did. He doing them just like this. I got to take this how we get him kicked off the murder cases. People don't understand how I got found not guilty. When you have somebody setting you up with evidence, all you gotta do is challenge the evidence.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I had good representation. I had Randy Harris. He's a DA over here in Madison.
Yeah.
Bad boy. He's a bad boy.
Bad boy.
He
bad boy.
bad.
That's why he in Madison now.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
He a bad boy.
He bad.
He bad.
Why he in Madison
He bad.
now.
But I had him, and Frank charged us with these murder charges. Then, after he charged with the murder charge, what does he do? He go to be mayor. If you hear his inauguration, who he talking about? He talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
He trying to seal a deal now. He get me indicted as the mayor. He tell Fake Peason, which is a judge now over in Jackson, Mississippi right now, he tell her, if she don't do her job and get us found guilty, he gonna get her fired. He did that. He did her wrong. I ain't never took her for a judge or nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was sitting in jail like, how can this man walk around and threaten these people that have these jobs and sitting in these seats and all of them hopping to his word? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless they got some on them. Unless he had some on them.
them.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was quick to put you on the news. And he did that through all he made a living off the back of the hoods.
Mm-hmm.
He came down here.
Man, came to Christian Brotherhood, Verdant Dish. I'm talking about all that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And once he got to be the mayor, that's when he charged me. Well, now he got me indicted. I went to trial. So when I went to trial, Randy Harris, we did this thing called exculpatory evidence.
Yeah.
That means the evidence that they have that they don't present that might exonerate you.
Yeah.
That might find you not guilty. DAs do it all the time.
Yeah.
If they want a case, because they life is built off getting people found guilty.
Yeah.
Cases. The more cases they get, the better they look. So you'll find some DAs that live on a principle. They not going to do that. We ain't got them. This ain't what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But you got some DAs that's hungry.
Yeah, that's hungry.
They like, shit, put that to the side. We can look at this. We can make this story fit it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put it, they go and play it, right? And a lot of people been found guilty that way. Randy Harris went and pulled the records up. And I couldn't believe when he came and saw me that morning, he said, man, I got something. I said, what you got? And me and this motherfucker argued like we was kids for a whole year and a half. Me and this white guy here, and I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
Cause look, I just cussed this motherfucker out. You hear me? And this motherfucker just cussed me right back out. And tell me thank you. And walk out, I be sitting there like, this crazy motherfucker right here. I want to fight this motherfucker and everything. But he ain't running. He's standing up right there with me telling me, look, I can help you right here. You know what I'm saying? You just listen to me. And when I sat down and listened to him, he helped me. Randy Harris did that. He went and pulled the evidence to show that this man set these cases up with that guy, the first guy that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention his name.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
mention that, yeah.
But over in the hood, everybody know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he was a boy. He was a child. And I know that. That's why I just look at him when I see him now. I see him somewhere. And I recognize, you know what you did.
Did you tell
You know
him?
what I'm saying? Nah, but in my mind,
mean,
you know,
like, yeah,
you know what you did.
yeah.
You know what you know. It's certain thing about code of conduct. You know, if you're snitching, you're a rat, you can't be in the hood.
You can't be in the hood.
You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, a lot of kids get trapped up in that type of situation before they even know what a snitch and a rat is.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you first start telling, you start telling the home. Let's be honest about it.
Mm-hmm. You tell on little cousins, mother,
he went in the
sister.
refrigerator, got the sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Mama, don't whoop me. He did
He did it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before you get out in the world and start learning and evolving and being mature, you start realizing certain things I could take an ass whooping for.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say a word about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the life. That's what it is. Frank charged us with that. We got indicted for that. Got found not guilty for that. And the vocal point of us getting found not guilty was Randy Harris. If it weren't for my lawyer being there, pulling that evidence, going and filing for exculpatory evidence, I don't think I'd be right now talking to you.
Yeah. So if you would have lost that case, you were gone for life, or would
it would have been life, and then we started on another murder case, then another murder case. I probably would have had nine. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God, though. I'll be honest with you, man. I smile every day. People wonder why I smile. I smile every day to know the trouble I went through and came through it. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm out and I do stuff I do it personally because I want to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody called my show today and said, you campaigning for the mayor over here, cause you gonna lose your job. I started laughing, cause you know what? I don't work for the mayor. I don't got no city job, man. You know what I'm saying? I do this cause I love it, nigga.
Yeah.
I love what he doing. I love that he gonna step and fight. I love that fight part because a lot of people don't fight. A lot of people sit down and go for the first thing they go. Whatever the norm is that has been going on in the mayor office, that's what they go for.
Yeah.
You ain't never had a mayor to fight for school system, water system. As long as I've been living in Jackson, I ain't seen it. We've been had a water alert ever since I've been a baby.
I was a baby. No lie.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All water. We got to boil our water.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at that and look at the mayor that we got, that I campaign for, you know what I'm saying? I want to see change. I want to see Jackson be able to be Jackson, a black Jackson. I want to see that because that's a minority. It's poor people there. I want to see poor people prosper right here in Jackson. I want to see Jackson look like Madison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though we got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go.
A long way to go. You're going to have to do a lot more arrests. You know what I'm saying? You got to get rid of a lot of these dirty cops they got. They got a lot of them.
Yeah.
And Jackson infested with them. And you got to weed them out, man. Because one bad apple mess up a whole bunch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I'm on right now about my son case. I'm on that. I'm on that right now. I'm setting a situation up where I can prove that. You know, and that's what I'm when I started my event up about gun violence and all that kids losing their life to gun violence, he gonna be the person I'm gonna run it on. Because I know you done did some fucked up shit right now.
Yeah.
And if you did it to me, I ain't the only one.
You ain't the only one that person did it to.
That's right. And that's why a lot of our kids losing it. A lot of kids losing, they don't get a fair chance because you have friends of the police, family of the police. They out here trying to live the life, trying to take care. If I take the job right now to be the police, your ass going to fucking jail if I catch you doing something you ain't supposed to. You better respect me when you see me coming. No, I'm not going to stick nothing on you. If you throw it on the ground, you can go where you go. You know what I'm saying? But you going to respect me when I come.
Yeah.
If I was working at Subway, and I had worked at Subway, I worked 3 stores there. I was the manager. I did my job. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point that I'm saying. Do your job. Stop doing more than what you're supposed to do and lying and doing other stuff. Now, you want to call out the mayor if he fight. You want to call out the chief if he fight.
Yeah.
Because you feel like they done something you can hold over their head.
Yeah.
You know, and you go on this crusade like all of them do. There's a lot of people go on crusades in Jackson. They point at the mayor. They do this. They say this.
Yeah.
But really be their ass fucked up. It just looked like the mayor fucked up. When you got all these department heads that's up under you, that if one disagree with you, do you think he gonna work 100% for you? Hell no. He don't like how you didn't do what you want to do in his budget. You think he gonna help you? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see change, and I think that seeing change is gonna have to be radical.
Yeah.
Cause look at our kids. It's radical out here.
Mm-hmm.
They shoot switches now. Damn near when you get shot, you dead.
Whew.
You ain't making it to the hospital.
You ain't make it to the hospital with no sweet.
Yeah, you ain't making it, and you getting hit. Three bullets hit you at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Behind the other one.
Behind the other one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I can't say enough about the gun law. You ever thought about the gun law?
Man, they need to go up on the age, and if you young and you got a gun, you need to go to jail, man.
Yeah.
I say you need to be 25 or older to get a gun. And if you get caught with a gun, something need to be happening.
Yeah.
Something need to happen.
And see, I'm against the gun law.
Other than taking your gun.
Right.
You know, other than taking the gun from the kid and sending them on their way. Nah, man, you got to show these young kids, man. Take your gun. You finna go sit down for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do something. You got to scare them.
That's right. That's right. And that's a difference. When they brought the gun law here, they supplied guns. Now 18-year-old can go get a gun.
From the gun show.
You see what I'm saying? He gonna get it from the store now, anywhere. He gonna get a gun now. That's why you got kids with guns.
Get the rifle. That's why they be getting all the AR-15. Yeah.
And that's the problem. When you're not mature enough to operate a vehicle while you driving it, you shouldn't give a kid a gun and know they don't know how to operate it.
Yeah.
All they know is shoot, aim, and shoot.
And they know one thing. They just know how to shoot.
Yeah. Look, and they know one thing. This dude make you shut up. You know what I pull this up, you go shut up.
Mm-hmm.
They give them power. That's what they think. You know, they think this gun give them power, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they use it and they take the power away from them, then what?
They soft as tissue.
They soft as tissue. You listen to rappers, and you know I come from rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I talked about it a lot. It's entertaining, you know, and I always tell a person my rap stuff is entertaining because I just make up a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff from what I seen, some of the truth, but it's up to you to pick it out and figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be sitting up here talking about I killed so, and I'm smoking on Pookie, you know, all that old bullshit. And then when the folks show up at your door, you worry about it.
Yeah.
You told on your motherfucking self. You can't get mad because you got in a rap song and your motherfucking feelings and started talking.
Yeah.
You weren't even creative enough to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
What you was saying. You wanted to be bold and blank. You know what I'm saying? So when they showed up with them badges, them alphabet boys showed up. Come on with us.
Boy.
Let's go. You ready to, what I do? What happened? Man, that's just entertaining. Nah. You said dates, time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody snitched on. You snitched on your motherfucking self. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
And a lot of people do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do that right now, man. This the happiest I've been in a month. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. While we sitting here, I ain't been like this. Have I been like this? Smiling like I'm doing now. Talk. I've been just down cause like I know the damage losing the kid mean. You know what I'm saying? Cause when you lose a child, you figure you supposed to go before the child go.
Yeah.
My mama taught me.
That's how you want to be.
That's how you want it to be. But now the kid's going before the parents.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen whole families wiped out and the parents still standing there.
Man, who you telling, bro?
Son died this year, next son died that year, daughter got killed this year, and the mama still standing there. I'm like, how that feel? You know what I'm saying? And to actually feel it, it ain't a good feeling.
It ain't a feeling.
No, it ain't a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be something different that we can do here in Jackson. It's got to be something different. And it's got to be more real people that can step up. People that got a voice like I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're respected in their neighborhood. They're respected all over Jackson. You know what I'm saying? People know you ain't going to call no bullshit. You ain't going to be up there trying to act like you being this way, but you that way.
Yeah.
You know, because you got a lot of people say, I'm for the right, but still selling dope.
Yeah.
If I say I ain't selling dope, I ain't selling dope no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't sell dope. I can look at you straight up and tell you I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you I ain't gonna smoke no weed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't say I don't fuck around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and my lifestyle prohibits me from doing certain things. And once you start to appreciate, uh, what's that other word? Appreciate and take accountability of your life.
Yeah.
You know you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. That situation with my son could have caused a whole lot of havoc. Cause you believe me, it's people wanting to start whatever they want to
I
start.
already know it. I already
And
know it.
I knew I had to be the voice to say, nah, hold up, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? It takes that sometimes. Sometimes the bigger man ain't the man with the gun. It's the man know how to walk away and go on about his business.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the people can't be ashamed to be the bigger man. Cause sometimes you saving that person from you. Cause you know actually what you will do and how you will care about life. Cause I told my son them all the time, if it come down to me or them, I'll do it. I'll go back to prison. I will. You know what I'm saying? But before I push it that far, I'll stay out the way. I'll do what I'm supposed to be doing as a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm not, you got your seeds fucked up with me now. I ain't no criminal. I'm a citizen now. So you gotta know how to operate as a citizen. A lot of people don't know how to operate as a citizen. They want to still operate as a thug.
Yeah.
Nigga, sit your ass down. Sit your old ass down.
Yeah.
I'd be the first to tell you.
Yeah.
Sit your ass down. That's a young man's game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. You can stand there long enough till a young man knock you off your square. Just so he can say, I did that.
Yep.
You can't bounce and move like that no more.
Yeah.
You got to move different. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to evolve in this society now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Already, man. You done told some shit today, man. Like for real. But before we get up out of here, man, like you done did all this in your life, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you done made it out. And
Right.
like you said, you a new man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For the young people and the people that's going down your path, what you can tell them to turn around. You know what I'm saying? Look, take another route. Like you said, take another route.
Turn around. You know what I'm saying? You can say that, man, but basically, when you talk to kids, they either gonna get it or they ain't. And the ones that don't get it, you gotta be man enough to move on and keep moving because it's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to save everybody.
Yeah.
But the ones that you can save, you save them. You know what I'm saying? And for me to be the only thing I can tell a person, if you look at my life, if you see all the trials and tribulations I've been through, I could tell you this. You're not gonna get where I went. You ain't gonna get a fraction of what I did.
Some people don't make it to where you.
That's right.
You right.
And I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Going down the path I go, it's either jail or hell. Simple.
Already. I hope y'all heard him. Hey, man. I hope y'all listen. You really came and dropped that knowledge. That's what I needed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm all for saving the young people too. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I almost went down a rabbit hole, man.
Mhm.
But hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you, like you say, you gotta take another route. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta take another route.
You know what I'm saying? Squirrel saved me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
This saved me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could have been doing some bullshit too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for coming, dropping your knowledge and stuff like that, man. But before we let everybody know your Facebook, Instagram, any events you got coming up, all that, man.
All right, my Facebook page, I got two on. One of them is Albert Donelson, and the other one is A Chance and a Choice. My Instagram page is GameBoss05. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you a story about Game. I gotta tell you a story right quick. All right, you know where I get the name Game Boss from?
Yeah.
Frank Melton put me on the front of the newspaper. I think I sent you a copy of it one day. I went and looked it up and Googled it. I was looking for it to find it, to show people what I was talking about.
Yeah.
He put me on the newspaper when he charged me with all the murder charges. He had Game Boss order hits.
Ooh.
So I feel like everything that he did, I'm untied. And I'm gonna make it right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it my way. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I get on the show and say Albert Batman Donelson, because he was the first one did that with it.
Yeah.
So I take the name Game Boss and I start using it for, what I be doing. It's connected to me. So if I'm doing good, that's what it's connected to.
You just said.
So Game Boss 05 Instagram and A Chance of Choice Instagram page. I also got a TikTok page. It's Albert Donelson _ Batman. So I'm funny. I talk. You get to see a real me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the thug people that everybody talked about
Yeah.
back in the day, which you know it can get like that.
It can get
now,
like
you know
that.
what I'm
Hell,
saying?
it can get
It
active,
can get
man.
like that. You get active. Yeah. And that's the truth. And then I got good kids. You know what I'm saying? I shouts out to their mom. You know what I'm saying? They mothers stuck them beside me. You know, even through my prison term, they was still. I got pictures of them growing up with me in prison, and that only comes from parents that want to work together. You know what I'm saying? Cause like if you got a child and the mama saying "fuck your daddy,"
Yeah.
child gonna grow up saying "fuck
Fuck
my
your
daddy."
daddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all what's been put in kids and what's being, dished out. But back to what we talked about.
Yeah.
I got a show I do called Chance and the Choice too. It come on every Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the morning. I talk about a lot of issues. We talk about just like we kicking right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I also got a nonprofit organization. It's called what? A Chance and a Choice.
Yeah.
And the reason I name it A Chance and a Choice because every day you got a chance to wake up and do the right thing, make the right choices. And it took me a long time to figure that shit out.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? And once I figured it out, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Already. Like I said, appreciate you coming through, chilling with Squirrel, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the knowledge, man. Thank you for coming and letting folks know this, telling me what you did to come up and letting these folks know like that ain't the way to go.
Right.
Even though it's all love and game, it's money making,
Mm-hmm.
party and all this shit, but at the end of the day, that still ain't the way to go.
Ain't the way to go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a
Already.
fact. And if you getting that money, you better know what you're doing with it.
Already.
That's real estate. Go invest that money, y'all.
Already, but man, chilling with the Squirrel, man. We out, y'all.